guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at one of Unearthly Cosmetics' recent releases. I'm a little late to this, but I wanted to share it on my channel. I'm talking about the All I Ever Wanted palette volume 2. I'm also going to be sharing some single shadows that she released, and I'll be doing lid swatches on these. If you're interested in hearing all the specifics, seeing swatches on everything, then just keep watching. Okay guys, so thank you so much for clicking on my video. Also, nod to the lipstick. We're rocking the new wave today from Lisa Eldridge. If you haven't seen this video where I swatch all my new lippies, I'll leave that linked up above. So as I mentioned in my intro, I'm going to be looking at the All I Ever Wanted palette volume 2. This was such a hit last year, you guys. It was literally all we ever wanted, where she had released her very first version of this, and it was essentially 20 shades, all multi-chrome, all duochrome. Like, everybody died and went to shimmer heaven. That was a total hit. Now, although it was such a big hit, it also kind of left a bad taste in some people's mouths because it didn't come back right away. Like, at one point, I think Unearthly had even mentioned that they weren't going to bring it back, or I can't remember now, but people were so upset. I had done a video with lid swatches on all 20 shades, and it was such a beautiful palette. So when people couldn't get it, they were a little upset. Now, thankfully, Amanda, the owner at Unearthly Cosmetics, definitely listens to her customers, to the enthusiast in the indie makeup space, and she did eventually bring back All I Ever Wanted 1. The palette retailed for $86, and this one, I'm happy to say, also retails for $86. Now, although it's a lot of money, the reason that I'm saying I'm happy to say is because if you haven't noticed, there's been a lot of inflation in a lot of our beauty products lately. The other day, I saw Makeup Craze post about this, and I had just noticed it on Sephora's site, where if you recall the midi-sized Natasha Denona palettes, these are the smaller medium-sized palettes that usually come with smaller pans. This is the size that most of us like that she releases. Those have jumped from $65, where they now retail to $69. The Pat McGrath palette, we have a Mothership 10 coming soon. The price that we had always paid for that 10 pan palette was $125, and now it retails for $128. So we understand inflation is going to cause a lot of these things to rise in prices, as we've seen at the grocery store and at the gas station and all of that. But I was happy to see that for the All I Ever Wanted 2 palette, it does retail for the same amount in which she released the previous one, which is $86. Now, you're going to be upset when I show you this palette, possibly, because I did also confirm on their website that these two palettes, Volume 1 and Volume 2, are sold out. She does restocks. She definitely said she would be doing a restock. And so I would just say, make sure and follow them on Instagram. I'll link their information down below. And just make sure that you stay up to date with what she's restocking. Also, anytime I see them restock a palette like this one or something that's really popular, I always try and reshare it to my Instagram stories or post it here on my community page. So if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure and do that. What is in stock, however, are these beautiful new 4 singles that she released. And I had seen them. I received the package, and you know, I've had a lot going on, and then of course I had COVID, and they were pretty in the pan, but oh my goodness, when I started doing lid swatches on these, I instantly fell in love. These beautiful shades released, they retail for $15 each. You can also bundle them and pay $45 for 4 shades. I will do lid swatches of all 4 of them so that you can see what you're working with, and I think what you'll find is they're absolutely gorgeous. Like, are we surprised? I'm not surprised. Anyway, during the video, don't forget to give me a like if you like what you see, minus the raspy voice. Make sure and follow me on Instagram. I do have a TikTok and a Twitter too if you want to go check those out. And definitely subscribe. We love all things beauty, all things makeup, indie, luxury, drugstore. I have some drugstore gems that I'm dying to share with you guys. So if you're into that kind of thing, make sure and subscribe, and let's go ahead and get into it. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to do swatches of the entire palette. I will be using this palette again in a future video to create some looks. Today we'll be doing swatches, and we'll be talking about the shades a little bit. How do they feel? How do they swatch? Just so you guys know, I don't ever prep my arm in any specific way. I probably have some lotion from earlier, but I don't put foundation down, primer down, whatever people put down before they swatch. I don't I don't do any of that. I just go straight into the arm so that you can see how it performs. At the same time, like a swatch can only tell you so much, you know? But what I will tell you is in my experience with Unearthly Cosmetics, their powder products in general, shimmers, duochromes, like all of it, I'm obsessed with. It's really, really good quality. I always love like the shades she comes up with, like the flips in these duochromes that we'll see hopefully in this video. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this swatch party. After we swatch this palette, I'll be doing lid swatches of the 4 individual shades. I thought that they were that pretty that they needed to be lid swatched. And then, you know, 4 shades versus 20 shades. Like, I'm just not in the position to like totally murder my eyelids this time, but we'll definitely give you some good swatches. Okay, starting with Velvet, which is this one here. It looks green in the pan. Now, when I pick it up, it's just a little bit crumbly. You see that? The tip of my finger there. That doesn't mean anything. A lot of these shades are pretty soft, but that's what it swatches like there. I'm going to grab a little bit more and I want to go in for a second swatch so you guys can really see it, but it is going to be a softer green. There's like a deep purple lime shift in there if you can see it. Purple, lime, green shift if you can see that. Super, super pretty. Look at that. Yeah. A lot of these duochromes, especially if you're an indie makeup enthusiast like I am, you may say, oh, I think I have something like that in my collection. But what I've learned is there's always going to be just something that's off. You see how that almost goes into like a charcoal gray? Something that's different about other shades that you've seen like this. So I always like to point that out. So that was Velvet. The next shade we see here is like this like white with a yellow hue. Maybe a pink hue. It's called Opaline. Super, super pretty. These I have learned over the years, do not underestimate them because they are stunners. As topper shades, or you can put them over a black base, a white base. They look absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. So that one has like a cotton candy type of flip. So, so pretty. The next one we have is Cross. It looks like a purple to me, but in the camera it looks blue. So excited to see the flip on this one. This one I feel like I've seen in some Sydney Grace palettes. The Quintessence palette maybe? Ooh, this one's got some depth, you guys. I feel like there's a purple blue shift to it. There's like a purple blue shift to it, but it's got some punch. The next one we have is Jaded, a really pretty jade color. That's what it looks like there. This one's also like a little, not powdery, but crumbly. Not in a bad way, because you can just smooth it out, but like, ooh, that's so pretty. That reminds me of like the Jelly palette, Don't Be Jelly palette. Like it could be in that one. That is such a gorgeous, gorgeous jade. Oh my gosh. The next one we have is Rain. It's like a nice, this one looks like a Don't Be Jelly palette color. I'm gonna have to pull out that palette to see if we have these colors in other of her palettes. Ooh, that's so pretty. That looks like a cotton candy color. That looks gorgeous. Look at that, very unicorn-like. I turned my lights up slightly so you could see. Look how pretty that looks. The next shade is Saber, this yellow one here. Also, shades that I've learned not to underestimate. Now, it's a little crumbly, as you could see. I don't mind because most of these shimmers I'm putting down, I'm putting down with my finger. Oh my gosh, that one's pretty. It's almost like a little neon yellow, but it's got like a pink flip to it maybe. Wow, that's gorgeous. Sorry if you see a difference. I had to put my picture down because the camera was focused on that instead of me. So that's the difference you see. All right, now we have Poe. This like metallic color here, which, whew, oh, there is always space for a color like that. Look at that, like a graphite. Wow. That's gorgeous. That's a one and done shade. You want like a smoky, grungy look? That's a one and done shade. Wow. Next we have Dolly. It's like a gold color there, which I think is really, really pretty. Soft, but they're not so soft, you guys, to where like the pen is dipping in when you put your finger in it. You know, sometimes that can happen with shimmer formulas. They're not that soft. Ooh, look at that. That's a beautiful gold. Wow. I wouldn't really call this like a duochrome. It's a straight up shimmer, but it's very, very nicely done. I love that. The next one I already know I'm going to love. This one's called Dreamer. And it's just like, it looks like, the camera's picking up on like the duo color. But to me, in person, it's just like a pretty like lilac color. There it is on the ring finger. That one doesn't build up as much, but it looks pretty. This would be like a really good topper shade. But do you see the flip in it? It's like pink and purple and glass-like. I don't know. It's so, so pretty. I love that. The next one looks amazing. And it is the shade Luna. It looks so different on camera than what it does in person. In person, it looks like pink glass. Yeah, that's like the best way to say it. Like pink glass. There it is. Very, very familiar, very similar to the one out before that, but so different. Do you guys see there the differences? Wow. Looks like glass. It's just so beautiful. All right, so these are the first two rows. Take a look at those. This is what the palette looks like. I think I want to try to do it on this side too, but I'm not as good with my left. But I think I'm going to, I just don't want to take this away yet. It's so pretty to look at. I'm going to try it. It might go a little slower, but I'm going to try doing it on this arm too. The next shade we have is Secret. And it looks, do you see that? Ooh, look, you can see all the colors really well right there. It almost looks like it has like little specks of black or gray in there, or like a deep forest green. This looks like foiled, crushed up gold. Ooh. This one is a little crumbly, a little flaky, but as soon as you settle it down with the finger, oh my God. Is that going to be my favorite shade? Oh my goodness, that is so pretty. Do you see that? Wow. For the summer with like bronzy looks. For the fall, oh, that's such a pretty color. This one does, it is a little more crumbly though in the pan too. So just keep that in mind. It doesn't bother me, but some people it does. And it's even got like a little bit of a red flip maybe. So pretty. All right, the next one is Tarot. Looks like a pretty simple orange there, like a creamsicle orange. But it's got a little bit of like a magenta flip. So let me show you this one. And that's what it looks on the finger. It looks like a shade that we just saw in the ABH Nouveau palette, the new one. I hope that's what it's called. So it's like, it's mostly like an icy pink, but it does have orange in it. You guys see that? Pretty. The next one is this one here, Desdemona. Desdemona looks like an icy lime green blue. That's what it looks like in the finger. Ooh, that one's so pretty. Oh my god, I might use that one and like just do like black to like deepen out the outer V, but like nothing else except this on the lid. Whew. I might do that soon actually. That is gorgeous. Jeez. Next one we have another yellow, Shiva. This one here. I'm loving like all the variations of yellow that we see, you know? There's a lot of different shifts and undertones. I'm loving that. Shiva. That's what it looks like on the finger. That's what it looks like swatched. Oh, it's got like a nice little pink shift to it. It's pretty. Did we see that with the other yellows? No. Okay, because I wanted to compare. That's pretty. It's got like a little pink orangey flip. You see that? Then we have a lime green shimmer there. Stone is the name of the shade. Stone. That's what it looks like there. And I am going through them twice, guys, just to make sure that I get a good swatch for you guys. But there's the color Stone. Lime green. I'm not seeing a dual flip to it, are you? No? Ooh, that first shade. I think it might win as my favorite. The next one is Storm. This purple one here looks beautiful. And then that's what it looks like there. It's like one of those colors we've seen before, like the unicorn purple and blue. Ooh, but it's swatching so different. Wow. It's a nice purple. Do we have another purple like that here? No. But the third one looks kind of similar, but this one's softer. It's like a purple. Another one. I can't say that enough, you guys. Like, sometimes people are like, what would I do with an all shimmer palette? But it's like, literally like today, like all I did was just like put bronzer in my eyes and then I went in with a shimmer. So that's what, you know, that it's a companion palette. It's a big companion palette, but it's like the types of looks you could come up with is pretty endless, because if you go in with just bronzer in the eyes, you can, you know, stick one of these in there or one of these, but you could also do like black, like set a black base or like a deep burgundy matte and then put one of these on top. Like there's so much that you can do with them that you would never run out of like looks or ideas. The next one is called Stoker. It's like a burnt, not a burnt orange, but yeah, kind of. Oh, that's beautiful. See, you do like a dark chocolate matte and then you pop this on top or in the middle of the lid. Ooh, so pretty. So yes, it's a companion palette, but like, man, how beautiful are these shades? Oh my God, I'm dying. That is gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous. Ooh, I love that. And you know what? The way that it's swatched, I'm sure that this would be like a good one to go in with a fluffy brush and just kind of do it as a one and done shade too. It's got the opacity and the color is so gorgeous. Ooh. All right, next we have Jinx. One more purple shade in the palette. Okay. Very, very nice. Let's swatch and see if it looks like anything else we've swatched. And there it is. Looks pretty similar to this one here. Not so much to anything we've swatched here, but looks pretty similar. What do you guys think? This one has like a blue flip and this one has like no flip. So that's the only difference, but they're both like really soft purples. Not soft, they have opacity, but it's like a nice subdued purple. I love it. Ooh. Which one's gonna win as my favorite shade? This next one is called Night. Ooh, I love this one. This is going to be another one of those one and done shadows. Oh my god. Okay. Do you see that? Holy shit. Oh. Whoa. I think I have one like this. It's a cream shadow. Ooh. You know what this reminds me of? Oh my god, you guys, look at that gorgeousness. It reminds me of the cream shadow from Sydney Gray's Campfire. Look. Oh my god, you guys. That's what it would look like on your lids. It's so shiny and smoothing and oh my goodness. That is absolutely gorgeous. And the last one that we have is Thorn. And this is a deeper green, but I already see a flip there. I think you guys saw it too. Do you see that flip? Yep, right there. This is going to be one of those like those really silky formulas. Some of these are like a little more crumbly of a formula. The best way to describe this is like an Aurora Flare formula from Davina Cosmetics. Oh my god, look at how gorgeous that is. Wow. Yeah. She did it with this one. Oh, wow. Oh, you see the flip there to that aqua? Oh. So these are the next two rows. So these are the first two rows. A little softer, a little more pastel-y. Gorgeous. And then we have the deeper shades here, kind of. How beautiful. Wow. Now I'm kind of wishing I would have done the lid swatches, but I just know myself, like my lids literally can't handle it right now. So we're going to have to just go with swatches this time. Now, I do feel like looking at these, like for instance, this one, I could call it out. That looks like Campfire from Sydney Grace. This one looks like an Aurora Flare. This one is so special. Oh my gosh. I love that one so much. But I think there's a there might be a shade in like one of the Adept palettes, not sure. But that's what they look like here. Wow, so pretty. So pretty. Now, if I had to choose, my favorite color is going to be this one. That's my favorite shade. It is just so gorgeous. You can do like black in the outer corner. You can do like a chocolate brown. You can do like a deep blue. I mean, you can do so much. And I would say out of all the shades, the winner for me is going to be this one here, Secret. So gorgeous. But I mean, all of these, like I've talked through in the swatches, is they're all going to transform your looks, you know, and so that's what it is. It's a companion palette. Let me show you this one next to volume 1. Okay, so now holding both of these in my hands, what I can tell you is they look a little different. This one's a little thicker, a little weightier than this one. I feel like the pans look the same. So on the first one, the All I Ever Wanted Volume 1, this one has a 36-month shelf life. And then on the Volume 2, it only has a 12-month shelf life, so keep that in mind. I wanted to pull back on both of these. Makes me happy because when I open Volume 1, you can tell like it's been well loved. But that is what the color stories look like. So this is 1, this is 2. You see the dips in these shadows? We've gone in on these. To say that like if you have this one, you don't need this one, I don't agree with it clearly. I mean, look at number 1 and then look at number 2. They're very different, obviously. You know, it just depends on like which shades you see yourself using more. You know, as to which one you should get if you don't have both. If you want both, get both. Like, I think you'd be really happy with both of them. Again, they're both sold out right now, but like make sure and follow them on Instagram so that you know when they come back. And then I did forget to say at the beginning of the video, but code Yadi saves you 10%. So definitely use that code if you shop online. Tell me in the comments below, like, which is your favorite color story? Is it 1 or 2? I'm just curious. And if you have one, when you saw 2 released, did you feel like you needed it, or what do you think? Do you think that these swatches have like changed your mind a little bit? I know there's been other videos on it, but just kind of curious like what the general consensus is. So okay, let's go ahead and go into lid swatches for these beautiful singles that she released.
I'm thinking you were made for me. Isn't it my birthday yet? Cause I gotta say, you're looking like a gift for me. Wrapped up nice and neat, baby. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove now, don't be shy. Cause I got this list of my favorite things. You could be the part where it all begins. You could be the first and the second and the third and the rest of it. You could be one of the things I love. Sunday morning breakfast with my bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top. Get on my list of the things I love, love, love. You could be the one I trust. All the second chances, they are nothing for us. I like it all with the cherry on top. Be one of the things I love. We don't have to move so fast, baby. I will show you how you can catch my vibe. And right away, got so much time looping in the blurry lights. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove now, don't be shy. Cause I got this list of my favorite things. You could be the part where it all begins. You could be the first and the second and the third and the rest of it. You could be one of the things I love. Sunday morning breakfast with my bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top. Get on my list of the things I love, love, love. You could be the one I trust. All the second chances, they are nothing for us. I like it all with the cherry on top. Be one of the things I love. The things I love, the things I love, the things I love, 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 love. The things I love, the things I love. Be one of the things I love. The things I love, the things I love, the things I love, 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 love. The things I love, the things I love. Cause I got this list of my favorite things. You could be the part where it all begins. You could be the first and the second and the third and the rest of it. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove now, don't be shy. You could be one of the things I love. Sunday morning breakfast with my bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top. Get on my list of the things I love, love, love. You could be the one I trust. All the second chances, they are nothing for us. I like it all with the cherry on top.
Okay, so there you have all 4 of these singles swatched on the lid. They're so beautiful. Now, just so you know what I did with every single look, what I ended up doing is I would take like a bronzer, any bronzer. I think I used my Dior in the shade 6N, and I would just kind of put it in the crease just to kind of set the eyelid, but then also just so that it had a little bit of a base to put these colors on top. And that's how I did with all 4 shades. But they're so, so pretty, and they're all very different. So I just swatched them for you so you can see what they look like. So I have Lit, I have Fever, I have Searing and Ignite. They're so beautiful, you guys. Look at them. They're just so yummy and rich. They can go on by using the finger. I would say with these last 2, the darker ones, I actually found that although I could get them on with my finger, I still had to like buff them out with a brush, which I like. Very, very minimal fallout, like almost nothing. But I did want to point that out. But they are just so, so good. If I had to choose like which are my favorite, like I would definitely say like my favorite are probably Fever, this pink one, and then this one, Ignite. They're just so beautiful, but all of them, one and done, or like with Lit, you can just like really like build out the outer corner with a bronzer with a darker brown, and this is such a pretty like sparkling color over it. So very, very well done. Again, these are $15 each, or you can buy the bundle for I think 48 or 45. Code Yadi saves you an additional 10%. Okay, so final thoughts. I loved this palette. I'm going to be extremely honest right now and say that I was so in love with All I Ever Wanted Volume 1 that when I saw Volume 2, I was like, yeah, it's different, it's pretty, but I wasn't immediately like drawn in. As I've swatched them here today, like I can tell you, like not only is it very different, but it is equally as good, you guys. It is such a beautiful all shimmer palette. I do think that like those two palettes is probably all you need. The only thing is that I didn't see that many blues. Like I know like the first one had hues of blues, but like the second one didn't. So like what if we did like an all shimmer palette of like silvers and blues and metallics? I don't know. Just thinking out loud. But anyway, I loved it. It's going to be coming up. They just announced yesterday that it's going to be coming up for pre-order or a restock on August 21st. I highly recommend that you follow Unearthly Cosmetics on Instagram and that you set an alarm. Like that's how fast these palettes go, you guys. Like people are not playing around when it comes to these palettes. So definitely do that. Follow me on Instagram and I'll always update people in my stories as well. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video, the swatch party that we had along with the lid swatches for these 4 shades, and I hope that it was helpful. If you have any questions or would like to see any comparisons or dupes of any kind, message me on Instagram and I'll be happy to do that for you. And let me know, did you pick up this palette? Are you going to pick it up? Let me know what your thoughts are. Okay, don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you guys later. Bye!